Hello, everybody. So, the other day, one of my favourite comics that I used to read as a kid, and I still read it. I don't buy it nowadays, but I do pick up the odd issue now and then. Is 2080 the greatest comic in the galaxy? Um, it seemed to be big in New Zealand for some reason, and some of the best stories ever written in it. Come from 2080. Now, I had celebrated Prague 2000 the other day, so that's like issue 2000. So yeah, so it's been going since 1977, and Judge Dredd was created, and Judge Dredd came out in number two, issue Prague 2 of the comic, and he's been going strong ever since. So this is where he originated. So I thought I'd just show you some of my Judge Dredd and 2080 related stuff. I've got piles of comics, but I'm not going to show all of my comics, but I thought I'd show you some of them. So I'll show you some of the graphic novels I have. I've got heaps of graphic novels, but so there's the Judge Dredd collection. It's just a whole heap of collected stories of Judge Dredd. So I like that. You've got Judge Dredd Origins, a big mega epic, and it's Brian Boland art. Now, Brian Boland's famous for the Killing Joke, but before that, he was famous for 2080 and Judge Dredd. He draws the best Dredd out of all the artists. There's some pretty good artists like Carlos Esquire, he's pretty good, but Brian Boland's Dredd is the best. You've got Nemesis the Warlock, which is about an alien humans are trying to kill. Yeah, that's book one, the best book ever. Well, the first four books, sorry. Very, very cool story. I'd suggest that you try and read that. It's quite cool. It's got art from Kevin O'Neill and Brian Talbot, and it was written by Pat Mills. Now, Pat Mills is famous for Charlie's War, Slain, and yeah, heaps of other stuff. Speaking of Slain, there's Slain, the Barb Slain, and the Simon Bisley art. It's really good. Good. You should watch that, read that. You've got the VCs, Cam Kennedy art. And that's written by Mike McMahon, but that's written by John Wagner, I believe. And you've got Bad Company, another really good story that I highly recommend that you should read. Brett Edwin's art and Peter Milligan, and you know, can't go wrong with Peter Milligan stuff. Rogue Trooper is another one about a genetic engineered soldier for a war in space on a planet. They highly recommend that. Halo Jones by Alan Moore and Ian Gibson. Now this is great. I highly recommend that you read this comic. It is that good. Very cool. Strontian Dog, my second favourite character behind Judge Dredd. Johnny Alpha, Wolf Steinhammer, and the Gronk. And they're mutants, that bounty hunters who hunt other mutants for money. Very, very cool story. I've got this almost complete, in graphic novel form and in original form. But yeah, very cool comic. So here we got a Rogue Trooper board game that I've had for a few years. So that's cool. We've got a special Prog number 500, so they're celebrating number 2000 now. So it's got all the artists that have appeared in the comic, and yeah, it's pretty cool. 1986. So that was the celebration issue for Prog 500. So that's quite cool. So here's what it looks like these days, 2080. So that's Strontian Dog on the front cover. Bit of Dread. Some old holiday specials I own. What year is that? Don't know. 1983. There you go. 1983. And one of the best ever Dread stories ever written. Judgment on Gotham. Batman accidentally goes through a time thing and ends up in Mega City 1. Dread doesn't understand why a guy's running around in a bat suit, so they beat the hell out of him, interrogate him, and try to lock him up because they think he's nuts. It is really good. I highly recommend, if you're going to read a Dread story, you want to read that. There was 2 other parts to it too. They're quite good as well, but this one here, you just can't beat it. It's just Judge Dredd gives Batman the hiding of his life, beats the hell out of him, and yeah, it's pretty cool. So I highly recommend it. So yeah. So well, see, here's some. I've got piles of these, so I'm not going to show you all of them, but here's some of my earlier 2080s. That's number 33. That's the earliest one I've got at the moment. So I'm going to start completing some of these this run. Dan Deere. It's Dave Gibson art. I just got this one the other day in the post. It's Robo Hunter, another great character drawn by Ian Gibson. It's another issue I got the other day. So these are 1970s issues. It was a great cover. Mike McMahon art. One of the best Dread artists. What we got? I'll show you some of these covers. Look at that one. The Day the Law Died. It's a great story arc for Judge Dredd. Another great Dan Deere cover. Now Dan Deere is famous for Eagle comic, but for a brief period he was in 2000 AD. Actually, honestly, I haven't looked at these in a few years. This is a great Strontium Dog cover. Another Dread. Brian Bolin art. Another Strontium Dog cover. I'll just skip a few covers. Ron Smith art. He was a pretty good Dread artist who did a few stories. Right, here we go. We'll get into the golden era of 2080. Sorry about the glare. So I've got hundreds of these. The ABC Warriors. Here's another Brian Boland cover. There's a Mike McMahon cover. Another Brian Boland cover. ABC Warriors cover. Here's a great cover. A lot of these in really good condition. These books. find some other. Here we go. Here's another good cover. Here's a great cover. One of my favourites. Your Next Punk. There you go. There's another great cover, the VCs. There's another Brian Bowling cover, Judge Child Quest. Another good cover. Another great Judge Dredd cover. Another great Judge Dredd cover by Mike McMahon. Judge Dredd is a dead man. I'll do it, Pa. No, let me. Shall I tell them, Pa? Here's one of my favourite Brian Bowling covers of all time. Just love that. See, what does it say there? Look out, you alien creeps. The law is here. I love that. And we get a Star Wars cover. So this was 1980, so Star Wars was huge. Nemesis the Warlock cover. Another cool Judge Dredd cover. Another cool Judge Dredd cover. Another Judge Dredd cover. Oh, here we go. Here's another great Judge Dredd cover by Brian Bowling. Another really good Brian Bowling cover. Another Strontium Dog cover. Another Strontium Dog cover. Right, so that'll do that for that. Sorry. Carried away. But what I'll do is I'll show you some other. So I've got a Funko Pop of Judge Dredd, which I think is damn cool. So yeah, that's cool. And I've got these 5-inch figures that were brought out about 15 years ago, probably longer. It's Judge Dredd, Judge Anderson, Strontium Dog, they go for a wee bit online. Slain. All characters from 2018. And this wee dwarf called Okay. And I've got some wee miniatures. So we've got Judge Mortis, Judge Fear, and Judge Dredd himself, which I think is quite cool. And I've got a Judge Death carded. So yeah, I just thought I'd share this video quickly. Yeah, that's all I've got to post. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Cheers.